the past decade plus at Lucasfilm, we have seen the activists, including Kathleen Kennedy and others, desperately try to shove things down Star Wars fans' throat that they absolutely do not want. Things like The Acolyte come to mind, the biggest Disney Star Wars failure on streaming that we've ever seen. Well, one of the movies that was announced at the most recent Star Wars celebration was, of course, that Daisy Ridley is returning as Rey for a Rey movie. That is a project that Star Wars fans are not asking for, that Star Wars fans do not want. Regardless of their thoughts on Daisy Ridley herself, they don't care about the character of Rey, and they don't want to revisit the disastrous sequel trilogy. Nevertheless, it's been nearly 18 months since that movie was first announced, and we got to know a little bit more about the director Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, a total feminist activist who says she puts activism in every one of her movies, and even had the gall to say on some big New Year's appearance earlier in the year, you know what, I think it's about time we had a woman shape the direction of Star Wars. A lot of women have been shaping the direction of Star Wars for the past 12 years. Look where that's gotten the franchise. I'm sure this is going to get people excited. Well, of course, there's been rumors and reports of more delays in actually getting this movie written, despite the fact that they had a very accomplished writer on board. And recently, Daisy Ridley was asked once again about the status of this movie. Here's what she said. Things are evolving. I continue to be very excited. There will be an update soon. That was pretty much it. No nonsense. Hey, I'm excited. Things are changing. You guys will get an update soon. Apparently, we just got the update. The writer, no longer working on the project. What do you know? More development hell, more development problems for Star Wars projects. Star Wars movie with Daisy Ridley loses screenwriter Stephen Knight. And this is following some reports that despite trying to work on a script, not being able to get anything, you know what, Kathleen Kennedy, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, I think what we really need, we obviously need a female writer to take the reins for a Daisy Ridley movie. That'll move things along. That'll make sure we get the best product. I think that's only the proper thing to do. We care so much about feminism and activism in Star Wars. We need a female writer on this script, I think. There's another disturbance in the force. Screenwriter Stephen Knight has departed the Star Wars movie set to follow Daisy Ridley's Rey after the events of 2019 Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. In March 2023, Variety exclusively reported that Knight had signed on to the project, replacing original screenwriters Damon Lindelof and Justin Britt Gibson. Lucasfilm is actively talking with potential writers to take on the story, which has been said to chronicle Rey's efforts to start a new Jedi Academy. But the delay likely means production won't start until well into 2025 at least. Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy is still attached to direct the film, which would be her feature debut. What a great idea. Someone who makes documentaries, and someone who made a few episodes of Ms. Marvel, which, by the way, had to be reworked by other people that were not her because she had no idea what the fuck she was doing. Yes, please give this activist director a Star Wars movie as her first real movie. What the fuck are you thinking, Lucasfilm? We all understand what they're thinking. It's not about if you're qualified. It's not about if you're actually a fan. It's about the optics. And yes, once again, losing another writer attached to this project who has been attached for quite some time. There have been speculation this new movie's never going to see the light of day. And certainly with the track record and problems that Lucasfilm has had, the mismanagement by Kathleen Kennedy, it's certainly understandable that people wouldn't think this will ever see the light of day, that it'll just quietly get shelved. For me, the fact that they brought Daisy Ridley out there to Star Wars Celebration, they brought Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy up there, for me, I have a hard time believing, truly, that Kathleen Kennedy will ever let this project die. Remember, it was 4.5 years from when The Acolyte got announced to when we actually saw it on screen. So it's been about 18 months since we heard about the Daisy Ridley Star Wars movie, that got announced, and now here we are. So I just think the optics of Daisy Ridley returning as Rey. Look at this big activist, feminist person, woman of color that we have directing the Star Wars movie. Aren't we incredible? I don't think Kathleen Kennedy will let that project die. She will make it happen somehow, some way, regardless of how long it takes. But maybe they need someone who's more willing to put activism in things. I don't know. I don't know what the problem was with Stephen Knight and why, even though he's very accomplished as a writer, somehow wasn't able to get a Star Wars script that was acceptable to Lucasfilm. But there you have it. Another disaster in the making for Disney Star Wars. When this movie was announced, people said this is a mistake. All along the way, people have said this is a mistake. And now here we are. Another writer parts ways with Lucasfilm as the Rey movie struggles to find its footing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.